We're not trying to create something that's never happened. We're trying to bring it back. Well, I can only speak for my own life, but music education was perhaps the most important of all my education in my life because it was something that I personally could relate to in school. It connected with other parts of my brain that were really also stimulated because of music. When I was a third grader, I heard a sixth grader playing for the recital, and that's what made me decide that's what I want to do. I really want to play that instrument. It sounded so beautiful. And we could start crying about a beautiful piece of music, and we don't even know why we're doing it. Why are we crying? It's just a piece of music, but it affects us so deeply. It came from the educational system where it was part of the daily routine. It was in school. So was physical education, too. I mean, these were things that were obviously very important to the makeup of a child's development.
I think some of the unique benefits of music versus some of our academic subjects is that it makes connections.
The children are learning different vocabulary, and they're learning about the sound and the mood and the feeling of songs. I think that carries over not only in their reading, but also in their writing work. This is a new way of thinking for our children.
There's no question, they've done many studies, that if you don't have these kinds of creative resources and if you don't stimulate those kinds of brain waves in children, at age 12 they don't have it. They've lost, the synapses don't connect. Mm-hmm. And so it's much more difficult, if not impossible, for them to take up an instrument, to learn a second language, to have that experience of creative expression.
To raise the awareness of higher order thinking skills, to become evaluative, to have an opinion, to synthesize information that's around them versus just to memorize and learn things.
I think there's a direct correlation that we think we're starting to see in the children's writing.
Music education is fighting to stay alive in San Luis Obispo County public schools. From 1999 to 2004, the number of public school students involved in music education courses declined by an appalling 76%. That means only 1 in 12 students in San Luis Obispo County receives any form of music education.
I do like listening to classical music.
But some of them spontaneously pretend that they're playing or that they're conducting.
Mm-hmm. It's really fun to listen to, and you get to learn a lot about the composers. I like Vivaldi. My favorite composer is Maurice Bach. Aaron Copland.
Everyday Etudes is a simple music listening tool with 2 parts. First, every classroom, kindergarten through 6th grade, spends 5 minutes of every school day listening to a piece of classical music, followed by a script read aloud by the classroom teacher.
After recess, we come into the classroom and we sit down on the carpet, and then Mrs. Sill turns on the music and we listen to it.
And it's easy to manage. It's not cumbersome. There's just this book, the CD, and it's very easy to do.
Secondly, all Everyday Etudes schools receive an all-inclusive package of music extension activities featuring the San Luis Obispo Symphony live in the classroom and on the concert stage. These grade-specific activities include the music van, the children's concert, and the symphony string quartet.
You do not need a musical background to implement the program. The program does not require any prep on a teacher's part. After, it leads into a lot of different discussion, and it all comes from the kids. It's very easy.
It makes me feel relaxed and calm. What I like about it is it's calming when you come back in from recess.
I think what would have been possibly wasted time coming in after recess time, trying to get kids to settle down, is now anticipated time.
I have 2 students that are playing the violin. One of the students began playing as Etudes was a motivator for her. And then I also have a young man, and he's also playing the piano. Loves it, he's taking lessons, and that also developed from our program. So it's been very inspiring for many of my students and myself also. I've once again taken up the piano because of this.
As they come in, they're excited, they're waiting for the teacher to turn that CD player on and get that music going. It's a great, besides just the calming, it's something that they want to be part of, they want to hear it, they want to learn about the composer.
It makes me feel that I want to be one of those people when I grow up.
One of who people?
The people that play the violin.
Really?
I would guarantee that children are going home now and thinking, this really impressed me. I am emotionally attached to this now. It's what our music education program in San Luis Obispo Symphony is all about. We want to affect the lives of these children forever. Do you think this would be a good program other elementary schools to have in their school?
Yeah,
Do you?
they'd probably like it.
You think so?
Yeah.